This weekend marked 1 year since the 2013 federal election. And in the words of someone watching a David Lynch film, what the is going on? Before the election, Tony Abbott said this would be a no surprises, no excuses government. Well, I think we can all agree this is a government of no surprises. Just ask one of the knights and dames next time you're on the way to pay your $7 GP co-payment. Or the uni students who'll pay $100 grand for a degree. Or the poor people who just found out they don't actually drive a car. Don't worry, you can get a lift in a broken F-35 jet. And that's not all the government's given us this year. There's an immigration policy that didn't just stop the boats, it stopped the compassion. A climate change policy, which is more like a full-time Clean Up Australia Day that pays people less than the minimum wage, a minister for women with more women in his immediate family than in his entire cabinet, and an attorney general who wants to look at your metadata without actually being able to explain what that is. He may not be interested in your right to privacy, but he's got you covered on your right to be a bigot. Happy anniversary, Coalition. I got you some cigars. You can use them to celebrate the end of the age of entitlement. And then there's the opposition. Who could forget about the Labor Party? I'll tell you who. Everyone. They're not just faceless, they're invisible. Says a lot that the most exciting thing to come out of Labor in the last year was a 4-part interview with Paul Keating. That's because they're led by a man who doesn't seem good for anything except piss-weak catchphrases.
Bill Shorten refers to Joe Hockey as Foghorn Leghorn during his budget reply speech.
Foghorn Leghorn? You're in the House of Representatives in Parliament, not Class 4A in primary school. Bill, I've got a catchphrase you should try out. Policy alternatives. Happy anniversary, Labor. I got you a rhyming dictionary. You've got another 2 years of catchphrases to come up with. And then there's the Greens, the party that's for the reduction of non-renewable fuel sources, but against increasing a tax on petrol. If you're not going to use your power to help the environment, what are you going to use it for? More YouTube hits? Let me know when we can elect Charlie Bit My Finger. Happy anniversary, Greens. I got you a V8 Holden Commodore. Fill her up! But luckily, even if Labor and the Greens fail, there's the minor parties to fall back on. You've got Ricky Muir, whose highest qualification for Parliament is his driver's licence, Bob Day, who puts family first but same-sex families last, and David Lynch, the gun-loving Liberal Democrat who got elected on a platform of being first on the ballot sheet. And then there's the Palmer United Party, the cherry on top, the Titanic that could really do with an iceberg. Jackie Lambie, you're worried about China invading. How do you think we feel about our Senate being invaded by you? Glenn Lazarus, the former NRL player, will come in handy if the Senate ever needs to have a scrum. And Dio Wang, well, Dio, this speaks for itself.
How would you describe your politics before you joined Palmer United?
My politics? Zero.
Give that man a seat in the Senate. Vote Dio Wang. I have zero politics. And of course, Clive Palmer, a cartoonist's impression of a billionaire that somehow came to life. Is anyone a greater personification of the state of Australian politics than a mining billionaire who was able to repeal 2 taxes that affected his business interests? Happy anniversary, Clive. I didn't get you anything. You've got $1 billion. Go buy your own gift. So, in case you were wondering, that's Australian politics in the last year. We've got a government of surprises held to account by an invisible opposition and a bunch of senators who couldn't negotiate themselves out of a paper bag. Can't wait for the next 2 years on Team Australia. Isn't that right, Captain? For the roast, I'm Mark Humphries.
That video was pretty good.
I've seen better. Not enough kittens in that video.
Right, well, if you liked it, there are plenty more to be found here on our YouTube channel, as well as Instagram here, Facebook here, and Twitter here.
And we will put kittens in those videos.
Can we get a kitten in here? Can we get another one?